high school. I could probably make a whole video about high school, and if I get started right now, I could probably finish in 5 years, give or take. Animation jokes. The most terrifying part about high school for me was college, ironically. Specifically, getting into college. There is so much pressure put on kids to get into college from basically the moment you step into high school. Like, you have to have a good GPA, good ACT scores, good SAT scores, extracurricular activities, complete applications, write essays, and more.
Man, why are teenagers so stressed all the time? Must be those cell phones.
I'm not even kidding you. There was just one time where one of my freshman friends got his first report card back and he just started freaking out. I asked him what was wrong and he said, it's my report card. I'm not gonna get into college. So I checked his report card and he was freaking out because he got a B in an honors class. Dude, I think you're gonna be fine. But I don't wanna work at McDonald's for the rest of my life. Boy! So I don't think it's exaggerating to say that kids are under a lot of pressure. And for me, okay, I wasn't the worst student, but I wasn't great. My first 2 years of high school, I didn't really do that well. I got straight C's for cool. Leo. So my overall GPA when I graduated was 2.5, which is very average. Actually, wait. Okay. I was below average. GG, good game. And to make matters worse, I failed the ACT the first time I took it.
Wait, you can fail the ACT? I didn't even know that was possible. Sorry.
So yeah, things weren't looking good for me. Most people in my situation would go to community college for 2 years and then transfer into another school later on, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that, except I really didn't want to do it. No offense to people who live in my hometown, but I sort of hated living there. There wasn't that much to do in my hometown, and it was in Florida, enough said. And also, I wanted to study filmmaking. And when it comes to movies, most people in my hometown are like,
oh, so you like movies?
You ever hear of this one called Star Wars? So it was really important to me that I move away for college. And when time came to take the ACT again, I stayed up late, studied hard, and went to my guidance counselor to ask for extra time. Fun fact about me, I have ADHD, which essentially means, what am I doing? It's a disability that essentially means my mind wanders a lot. Sometimes it's really hard for me to focus, and occasionally I forget what I'm talking about mid-sent. Where am I? Over the past few years, I've learned to cope with it, but growing up, it made it really hard for me to take tests. So I often got extra time to finish them. So I went to my guidance counselor, explained my situation, and she just looked at me and said, well, you don't just get extra time on the ACT. Okay, a little rude, but cool. What's your name again? Oscar Richard. By the way, networks that email me, my last name's not Animates. Why do you want to take the ACT again? Because I want to go to college, major in film. Actually, you shouldn't even take the ACT because you're not going to need that to get into community college. Okay. Again, there's nothing wrong with going to community college. I just knew that I didn't want to do that. And the person whose job it was to help me try and get into college basically just said, you know, you're hopeless, right? You shouldn't even try. And I wish I could tell you I just ignored her, kept my head up high, and punched her in the face, but I didn't. It hurt. I was already scared about getting into college, and this expert pretty much convinced me that I didn't even have a shot. But that being said, one thing I am lucky to have are friends and family who actually believed in me and encouraged me to take the ACT again, even though this expert convinced me I was hopeless. And with their encouragement, I retook the ACT and got a 20. Which is barely average. But I passed! And with that 20, I got into college, boy! Despite what my guidance counselor said, I got into 2 out of the 3 colleges I applied for. Which, yeah, is a D for degree.
Oscar Richard.
Woo! But the reason I'm sharing this story today is I know how scary it can be graduating high school. But here's something you should know. You're gonna be okay. And if you have experts convincing you that you're hopeless and you're not gonna make it, just ignore them. My guidance counselor saw me going a few places that day, but one place she never saw me going was here. Woo! And went for the cheesy ending. Thank you guys for watching the video. I wanted to make this video because I recently graduated college, and while I was going through that process, I remembered how scary it was graduating high school. I hope this helped, because if it didn't, I just wasted 2.5 weeks of work, so there's that. If you're wondering where I've been these past few weeks, I've been suffering this thing that most recent grads get called desperately looking for a job. I also want to thank my friend Reed Flower 101 for designing the thumbnail, partially because she's a great artist and also because she gave me a friend discount on commissions. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't do slugs.